AutoCAD Map 3D provides enhanced AutoCAD tools for the creation and analysis of site design data. Using AutoCAD Map 3D, we can connect directly with detailed survey information for initial site analysis and outlay. This survey data can be analysed and can be turned into terrain models. These can be assessed for slope, aspect and height, and visually represented as thematic mapping. We can also connect directly to a large amount of geospatial mapping data, so base maps can be included in our project design and layout. These can be assessed in terms of classification, such as this thematic map here, so we can very rapidly see conditions on the ground. Behind the geospatial data is a wealth of information. These are called attribute information, and these can be used to assess our project site. We can select objects and see their values. We can change their values, and we can create sophisticated searches to filter out information. We can also use Map 3D to work in a project environment with existing design data. We can attach as many existing designs to our current project as is required. Here we see a civil engineering design for a new access road for a new school in this particular area. We can bring in as much information as we like from those existing design drawings by querying the data. The engineer gets exactly the data he wants in exactly the right place, and we can then edit that information, change it, and save it back to the original drawings. This enables us to work in a project group environment where multiple users are accessing and editing the data at the same time. We can also work with real-world features, not just design lines, polygons, and so on. So here, for example, we can see we've actually created a gas line. This will always be put on the correct layer with the correct attribution. This means that when you work in a project environment, everyone who's creating utilities and other information will design the data in exactly the same way. This eliminates ambiguities and errors in the data and in the project design work. New features can be created to this standard. So here we can run a new utility gas line into our project site, in this case a new school. We can also use more advanced data sets such as point clouds. AutoCAD Map 3D will read in millions and millions of points from a point cloud survey. This can be airborne LiDAR data or ground survey collection systems. In this case, we've surveyed the area around the school, and you can see a representation of this old church. This consists of millions and millions of points and is rapidly displayed. We can use this to actually design more information using the AutoCAD tools. Finally, we can publish our conceptual and initial designs to the web so that any stakeholders and third parties in the public can actually see our intentions. We use a product called Autodesk MapGuide Enterprise to do this, and from Map 3D we can publish all of our data directly to a web server and have it displayed for public consumption. Here is a default MapGuide Enterprise interface, which we can use to query the data, do spatial searches, and actually view the thematic mapping and information underlying all of these design objects. All this is done without any need for expertise in web design, web publishing, or web programming.